Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our TRC Talk podcast. We've got a great show set up for you tonight. Hope everybody's doing well. First, I want to thank everybody that showed up last night to the TRC Live. We had one hell of a show, man. It was on fire. The tag champs were rolling. Just appreciate everybody that showed up. It was a great night. All right, we're going to start with some roundtable. Will, you want to take us on that first?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Good evening, everybody. So, real quick, shout out to Shane for his victory on Saturday with TRC Collection Item of the
Yes,
Week.
sir.
So, huge victory there. So, we got something really cool coming to Shane, and a lot of great things going on around the page. So, definitely keep checking those out and definitely participate because that right there is the goal is to get people involved and really looking and seeing what we got going on. So. Roundtable number one, Kev, if I remember correctly, is Super Bowl thoughts, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, Super Bowl thoughts. What were your thoughts on the Super Bowl, the game, the scores, the halftime, anything you want to talk about? So, Kev, I'll let you go first. What were your thoughts on the Super Bowl this year?
I was happy with the entire thing as long as the Chiefs didn't win. Um, that was fine with me. I don't have a lot of thoughts just because I really didn't care who. Wasn't a fan of either team, but um, yeah, as long as Philly won, because I didn't want to see the Chiefs three-peat. So, and I get tired of seeing Travis Kelsey show off and dance and do all that bullshit. So it was great to see him walk in the dressing room with a fat lip and just didn't talk to nobody. That's
King
all.
Phil, thoughts?
Well, as a Patriots fan, I'm glad the Chiefs didn't three-peat. I don't want to hear about that for the next, 30 years or however long. I don't really like Philly either, so I wished it was a tie. But but to see one of them at least get destroyed, at least helps it out. So everything was good with me.
Okay, Mr. Howitt.
So in our TRC football chat, obviously I picked the Chiefs to win because I really thought they, would have. But nothing made me more proud than seeing the Chiefs get dominated. Their offensive line was terrible all game long. Eagles didn't even blitz once, and they got to Patrick Mahomes. No, there was no refs helping the Chiefs this time. That is how the Chiefs play without no help, like dog
Right.
shit. So that was a great game. I hate Philadelphia too, but I wanted Philadelphia to win just because obviously the Chiefs. But seeing Mahomes get sacked all game long, Kelsey not having one catch until the fourth quarter, not showing Taylor Swift all game long. It was a great Super Bowl.
She
Great.
got
Welcome
booed.
in. Welcome in, Brad Howitt. Good friend of ours, Brad Howitt. Welcome in. Calvin, Mr. Calvin Mania. What you got?
So I did see a video where Taylor Swift was booed. That was great. Apparently the Chiefs check didn't clear, so Philadelphia showed up and showed out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Bowman?
Well, I actually watched it, just like had it on. Uh, really wasn't impressed with the game because I'm not a fan of any of those. The last three-peat, though, was from my favorite team, the Green Bay
Green Bay
Packers, mine
Packers.
and Bronze. So that's still intact. But as for commercials, I enjoyed the Pringle commercial, like where they lost their mustaches, and
Oh Jesus! I did that
that
fucking
that
commercial. Sorry.
that one was probably my favorite one. But what I do miss is I miss the halftime wrestling show, like The Rock and Mankind, where they did the empty stadium. I miss that. I wish they do more like that, with wrestling
That'd be
again
cool.
for a special match or something. But other than that, it was okay. Halftime show sucked. I didn't even know the guy. I don't even know what he was saying. Uh, Not my kind of music, I guess. But other than that, that was about it.
Okay. Mr. Elkins.
I was pulling for the Chiefs because I hate the Eagles that much. Otherwise, I wouldn't have cared and probably wouldn't have even watched it. The halftime show I thought was horrible. I'm same as Ben. I couldn't understand anything he was saying. Uh, I don't know the guy, but I'm not knocking him at all. I mean, it could have been just the acoustics and everything else, but I couldn't understand anything he was saying. Um, as far as commercials, I didn't see one commercial that was like, "Oh, that's great." So to me, it was just shit. The Chiefs got blown out, which I had said it was going to go one of two ways: either the Chiefs were going to win or they'd get blown out. I didn't think they'd get 6 sacks on Mahomes, but their defense has been top notch the whole year, so it doesn't surprise me any. But yeah, other than that, I would have went and taken a dump for the whole thing. Didn't appeal to me at all. It wasn't a good game.
Okay. Shane. GI Shane.
Um, I didn't really hate it. It was it was a little ass whooping. I thought. I didn't think that was gonna happen. The halftime show. It wasn't the best. I didn't hate it. I like Kendrick Lamar. He's got some good songs. I like that diss song that he got there. He's dissing Drake, and where Drake said if like if he was gonna play that song that they was gonna sue him and sue NFL and all that shit, and he was like basically fuck you and played it anyways. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then he had Drake's ex girlfriends on stage with him, and I thought that was a nice slap in the face. So I mean, it's more like I guess a generation below me. Like, so like I think like all of us, are like in our 40s and up. That halftime show was more for like like I think the mid 20s, 30-year-olds. So I think they got it a lot more. Um, Commercial wise, I wasn't too thrilled. The one that I did like that I remember was Seal, where Seal's face was on a seal. I got a chuckle out of that one. I thought that one was funny. Um, Other than that, I mean, yeah, I didn't really care who won, so that's
Okay.
about it.
All right. Very good. My thoughts were I didn't really care about any of it. You just watch it because you watch it. It's kind of like it's the game over, the end of the year, so it resets everything. So I watched it for that. The commercials I enjoyed were the ones with the guy with the cowboy hat head. I thought
Yeah,
I thought those were kind of
Uh,
cool.
the
Um,
flesh heads.
yeah, just because I'm a cowboy guy anyway. I like the old west and all that, so I kind of like those. But other than that, I didn't see any commercials that I really thought were good this year. And then the halftime show, I think because of the ones that I remember from being a kid, it obviously wasn't for me, but I definitely see the point that it was for a younger generation. Um, I think, in my opinion, the best halftime show there's ever been was the Michael Jackson halftime show back in 1993. I thought that was tremendous. He did a wonderful job. And ever since then, it's almost to me like every halftime show compares to that. So, but overall, I mean, I didn't care about any of it, and I'm glad it's over. I just hate that the football season and the year is over, but definitely looking forward to next season. So, Guru, what you got?
I didn't watch it. I was too busy
Damn.
hanging out. I was too busy hanging out with Rhino, the war, the Gore Master, on his Gore tour. So yeah, I didn't watch it.
Damn. All right.
But
All right.
I did watch the halftime show the day after. I enjoyed it. I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. I enjoyed the broader message he put out there, but that's another conversation for another day. But as far as Super Bowl, yeah, I was at an indie wrestling show, man, just enjoying some professional wrestling.
Okay. One thing I will say about the halftime show that I did like was Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam. I did love that. Absolutely love that. But I love Samuel L. Jackson anyway, so I thought that was cool. Dr. Nick.
I didn't really have too much interest in it just because I'm not really an avid football fan anymore. I did watch it, just for something to do. Um, I guess what was disappointing to me was it wasn't a competitive game. as opposed to like last year, you had a little bit of back and forth. That's what makes it interesting. You're like, oh, who's going to win? Oh, look at that play. You know, which play is going to tip the scale? That to me was, that being gone just kind of made it boring for me. I don't dislike Kendrick Lamar. I don't know his music enough to comment on it. That's just not my genre. In the words of Kurt Hennig, rap is crap. And the only rap that I enjoy was like, the 90s gangster type rap with Tupac and Biggie and things like that. That was the last. What I call these guys is bubble rappers. You can't understand what they're saying.
Hey, what about Coolio in the '90s?
Coolio, I like Coolio. Gangster's Paradise.
Hell yeah,
Everybody
Coolio.
love Coolio.
LL Cool J. I don't
Yeah.
dislike him. I mean, his demographic is a certain age audience. It proved productive. I mean, his halftime show was one of the largest viewed videos in a long time. So, I mean, it did what it was intended to do. All in all, I mean, I wouldn't say it was horrible. Just didn't really have that spark of years prior of like, most of it. I enjoyed just eating food. I ate a bunch of wings and snacks and stuff over here.
Yep.
Just something to do. I'd say I preferred Philadelphia winning. I don't dislike Kansas City. I didn't have a dog in the game, so it was like, I didn't really care who won, to be honest. But I think they need to reevaluate some things for next year. Just because, the idea is people watch the Super Bowl even if you're not a football fan. It's hyped up so much. People watch WrestleMania who aren't wrestling fans regularly. If you make a product that is entertaining for everyone, you're going to have more viewers. You're going to have people excited about the halftime show. And I'm not saying you have to cater to a certain demographic, but at least have a middle ground, or have a mini halftime show and a full one to where you have like, just throwing this out there, like have Nickelback come in there or Creed, or, have a country singer, like, and then for the younger generation, have, an up and coming artist. But all in all, I mean, I had fun. So, no real big complaints.
Okay. All right. So next question, Kev, I believe is thoughts on the Royal Rumble, right, Kev? What's the next one?
Yes, sir. Thoughts on Rumble winners?
Thoughts on the Rumble winners. So we'll start with King Phil on this one, then we'll rotate back to Kev. So, King Phil, what do you think about the Royal Rumble winners this year?
I mean, Charlotte's my favorite female wrestler of all time, so I was glad to see her win. I feel like it's going to be some kind of her and John Cena's year to break Ric Flair's, record or something. They're going to do something big this year. And then, yeah, I'm ready for Yeet Mania. Jay's been in it for a long time. He's had his slip ups back in the day, and he's built it back up solo. So I'd like to see him get a title run and maybe get Roman the belt back and let them do their thing for a while again. Just because, I mean, Cody's cool. You can have some guys come in that are face and let them take the belt for a while just to give Roman a break. But I think he can still run the company for a while. So Zilla's coming. There's all kind of AEW superstars coming. So, overall, I thought the Royal Rumble was good, but I'm ready for Mania.
Okay, Mr. Hallett.
Well, I would say that one of the rumbles I think was pretty predictable. The other one wasn't. I think everyone didn't pick Jey Uso to win, right? So I think he was the shock and awe of the night. Charlotte, I think I knew would probably win, but I just hope that they do something with Jay because like obviously we all know when Shinsuke won they didn't do shit with him, and I just don't know if I mean I know Jay's obviously up there, but I don't know if he's going to be the flag bearer, so to say. I don't see, even if he does win, it'll be like a long lasting run. So I guess I just don't know the motive behind it, but here we are. So I guess we'll see what he does against Gunther, and yeah.
I saw a lot of people on the internet the day after Rumble saying that with Jey Uso winning, that Triple H should have been fired. What do you think about that, Brian?
I think a lot of people. Listen, there's just a lot of CM Punk marks out there, right? There's a lot of people that think CM Punk should have won or John Cena or whatever, and obviously there's it's scripted, right? So, but there's different angles for those guys, and yeah, I mean, I don't think Jey Uso winning should cause all this animosity against Triple H. I think Triple H is doing a great job, and I thought it was a great Rumble. Just I didn't predict Jey Uso to win, so.
Okay. All right. Calvamania.
So of course the women's was predictable. Charlotte Flair. Jey Uso, he deserves it. I just hope it's not like the whole Cody Rhodes thing. He loses at Mania to Gunther and then comes back next year. Got to finish my story bullshit to where he actually wins the title.
I like that answer. That's a good answer. Got to finish my story bullshit. I like it. Ben.
Well, as for like I said again, for the women, Charlotte Flair, I mean, I hope to find out, that she wants to face Rhea. So I'd like to see that, I think they fought 3 times over. That'd be the third time. So they both got 1-1. That'd be a good, right there, the rivals still going, and because I just don't see Charlotte winning it and coming back just to face the NXT or Tiffany Stratton. And like I said, for her winning, I didn't have no issue with that. But as for the men, I was way off. I did not see. And, I know Will talks about it all the time about Royal Rumbles or you don't expect it, and none of like the top 3-4 people that was discussed: CM Punk, Roman, Seth, and then probably either Drew McIntyre or some other ones. I never expected Jey Uso to win, or Cena. There we go, the fourth one. I just didn't expect that. I at least figured one of the big ones would win, or and seeing Jey Uso. But now, I mean, I can understand. With WWE right now, Jey is selling. He's hot right now with the merchandise, the yeet. Everybody's loving him. The kids. I mean, that right there. That's a good way. On the business side, they're making money, and but now it's kind of like I said, we talked about it. Either last week or whatever, or in the chat. I'm excited for Elimination Chamber coming up. And right now, the men's, it's getting stacked, and like I said, you just don't know now who you think will win an Elimination Chamber. So, but as for him winning, I mean, it was I didn't expect it. That was my shock. Like you have that effect of that shock. I was like, wow, didn't see that coming. But I mean, at least him and Gunther, should have a good match. But now I hope he beats Gunther, but we'll see. But that's kind of, I guess, my opinions on that.
Okay. All right. Just so we had Lou asked a question at the bottom of the screen. She said, "Why are they pushing Jay and not Jimmy?" The short answer to that would be Jay is the good-looking one and Jimmy's the ugly one. Roger, what are your thoughts on the Royal Rumble winners?
I thought, just like everybody else, that once Charlotte was in the Final Four, that it was predictable and Charlotte was going to win it. I didn't think the whole way through Charlotte was going to win it. As far as Jay, I did not see that coming. That was a total shocker. I thought when it was him and John Cena at the end, it was John Cena that's going to get it. Now, if you look at the storyline, possibly to go back to um, John Cena being in an elimination chamber, there's only a couple of chances he gets at the title to try and get it at Mania, and elimination chambers one of the final ones. So it makes sense after him losing to Jay in the Rumble that he's gonna possibly win at um, Elimination Chamber. The only thing that concerns me with it is kind of along the similar lines that Calvin was talking about. Jay has already faced Gunther, what I believe, twice and lost both times. The only concern for me would be if you put him in there against Gunther and he loses the third time. Like I stated in our chat prior, if you turn around and have him lose to Gunther at Mania, then him winning the Rumble over Cena was not worth anything.
Correct. Okay. Good. Yeah, Shane. Oh, hold on, Shane. Lou, just to answer your question, that was a joke about one being uglier than the other. They're identical twins. I really don't know why they pushed one and not the other one. I just was joking about that. So, Shane, what you got?
Basically, the same as everybody else. Uh, you know, men's
Okay.
rumble was unpredictable. I didn't see Jay winning. I thought Charlotte was going to win. She won. Overall, I liked them.
Okay.
I enjoyed watching them.
Yeah, I did too. I really enjoyed this year's show. Good call out there. I enjoyed it as well. Guru, did you watch the Royal Rumble?
I did. How
Awesome.
much time we got?
You
My
got
thoughts.
time. You
How
got
much time we
time.
got?
Give it to us. Give it to us.
The men's rumble, I was fine. I mean, I wanted, of course, I wanted the second City Saint CM Punk to win, but I'm okay with Jey Uso. I'm okay. I feel like he's hot. I mean he's I
Yeet.
mean I mean he's got fucking arenas just rocking. I mean he got Pat McAfee up dancing. He got Michael Cole dancing.
Yeah.
You know. Now the women's Royal Rumble, thought it was a crock of shit. Just be honest with you. Phil knows we have this conversation all the time. I'm not a Charlotte Flair fan. Never have. Probably never will be.
She's the GOAT.
I felt like there was multiple women in
She
that
looks
match
like a goat.
who could have
Hair.
won. There's a couple women in that
Damn.
match who should have won. That I think it would have boosted their careers. I think somebody like Shannon Baszler. She's dominant. I mean, hell, she had the most single eliminations in the
Ain't the
elimination
base.
chamber. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, she's underrated. I feel like maybe making her not necessarily winning it, but making it farther than she did could boost her career. Um, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of Charlotte. I mean, Jim Cornette said it best. She's a household word, but so is garbage, and it stinks when it gets old too. I mean,
Wow.
He actually
Holy
said that
ouch.
about Hogan.
it is that about Hogan, but I'm not going to do. I like Hogan.
We appreciate your time and thank you, and we'll see
Wait,
you on the
did
next time.
did he just say I like Hogan?
I do like Hogan.
He did.
Damn. Wow. I don't think I've ever heard you say you like Hogan before.
I like
I haven't
Hogan.
heard you say like you like anybody other than
Hey,
Punk
hey,
and
hey!
New
I like
Jack.
Hogan. I like Hogan, but I love Scott Norton and Bret Hart.
All right.
And you're forgetting Scott Steiner.
I love the genetic freak, big bad booty
Then
daddy.
you add Kurt
Hell, he
Angle
should
to
have
the
won the.
mix,
Hell,
and
he
you
should have
got
won the
some
Rumble.
Steiner math.
He should have won the Rumble.
Beth, I think the answer to that is definitely some plastic surgery. I think she's like the Tupperware lady. She's got a lot of plastic. So
The best part
I
Hell,
about
put her
Charlotte
next to
Flair's
a light
return,
bulb, her ass would melt.
the best part about her return was the wardrobe malfunction. That was it.
I thought the best part was her afterwards. Like the press conference when she was basically like, "What did you expect to happen? I'm the greatest thing of all time." Basically, is what she said. So, I
Right.
mean, those weren't her exact words, but her press conference was basically like, "I'm in a different league." So, Dr. Nick, can Can you give us a short summary so we can keep going?
Yep. So to kind of wrap it up, I was shocked by Jay, along with a lot of other people. I'm not saying it was the wrong thing to do, but once again, you're going to have a guy the size of Jay who, I'm not saying he's a little guy, but you're going to have him beat Gunther. It's not believable. It's just not. And I like Jay. He's got over by himself. It's just one of those things where they have to start thinking about setting up the next generation of guys to be the face of the company for the next 5-10 years. And they're not doing that.
But he's the most over.
You could be over, but after a while, you won't be over. Look at all those people we've had in the last 10, 15 years. They were over too, and people got sick of them. Most wrestling fans
I will
are
say
so
this,
fickle.
Dr. Nick, I will say this to what you just said. I think you made a tremendous point, and then I think you skipped over it instead of really nailing it home. They're looking for people to run the next 5 or 10 years. I don't think Jey Uso has 10 years left in him.
Nope.
I think
He's
that
been
was a
around
great
a
point.
long time.
Yep. Great point. Great point. All right, let's wrap it up, Kev.
I was like everybody else. I picked Charlotte to win. I'm glad that she won it. She's superior to every woman out there. She is the best of the best, and she will win as many titles as she wants to because she's the queen. Add on to that, I think they've done a good job of pushing, if you want to say, younger talent. Roxanne Perez, I mean, she really had no business coming in second place, but she did. And I think that's going to put a rocket to her ass, and so it already has if you've been keeping up with NXT and all that. So the men's, I had no clue, but I'm glad that Jay done it. I think he's the most popular. I think it was the right decision because everybody expected John. So I think it was a nice swerve, and now everybody's yeeting everywhere you go, and you can't keep in Jay merchandise. So I think that's what they want. We as fans want for the long run, but they want money. That they're in it for the money. If they can make money off pushing Jey Uso in the main event and winning the Royal Rumble, then they're going to do it, and that's what they're doing. His merchandise is selling out. So hey, that's my opinion. We can move on.
Kev, you said that wrong. You didn't say Rhea.
What about Rhea?
You said the queen and the greatest. You didn't say Rhea. You said that wrong.
Rhea's not the queen, and Rhea's not the greatest, but I love Rhea.
It's that Anawahi family connection is why Jay won.
Ooh,
whoa!
Wow.
He's not wrong.
He's over. He's selling merchandise.
No, I know he is over, but that last name it helps him.
Yeah,
Well,
someone
It
else
helps him
can,
for the past 10 years as a
step up. That's what it is.
I'm not gonna go with that. It's all simply back to what Kev said. It's all about the money and getting over. If you had anybody else that was doing the same thing the same way, it would have been the same thing. It doesn't matter what their name is. Now, granted, because he is who he is, that would have helped him from the beginning. But right now, they didn't predict him to be as hot and as heavy as he is right now. So that has no bearing. Right now, that has no bearing. At the beginning, yes, I'd agree with you 100%. But right now, he's got, just like you said and Kev said, you got full stadiums sitting there yeeting. You got merchandise flying off the wall. You got the announcers, the commentators yeeting.
Kids.
It's all about how over he's getting right now and how hot he is. That's it. And the merchandise. He's selling everything.
All right, guys, we're moving on. Time-wise, early elimination chamber winner predictions. I'll go on and throw mine out. John Cena. I think it's going to be Cena against Cody. Phil? Bless you.
Thank you.
I'm right there with you, man. I think it's going to be Cena. This is his chance. So unless they do something later on. But this is a perfect chance to just slide him on in there and let him go ahead and get some steam going into Mania. Probably come out as champion and be able to have it for a little while or something. We'll see. But I think Cena wins.
Yeah, Brian.
I'm gonna say John Cena as well because he's gonna capture a 17th world title. And then women's side, I'm gonna say Alexa Bliss wins the women elimination chamber.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the. Yeah, hell, I forgot about that one. You want to pick on the women's, Phil?
I don't know. That one's a toss up right now. I don't know for real.
I say Liv Morgan. So, Calvin.
So I'm gonna say CM Punk, the way he's been cutting promos with Cody, and I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss on the women's.
Ben.
I'm gonna say CM Punk on the men, and them cheeks Bailey.
DM cheeks.
Nice
Yep.
Love cake.
Roger.
I'm with you and Brian. I'm gonna go with Cena. I think he's gonna win it at Mania, and then probably carry it into the next PLE after Mania and lose it there. Because it's just gonna be a placeholder at that point for him, for the record. And then I think Alexa Bliss is gonna win on the women's side.
Wow. All right, Shane.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bliss and CM Punk.
Will.
I think for the women, it's going to be somebody that's not expected. I think it'll be like a Roxanne Perez or a Raquel Gonzalez, or it'll be something unexpected for the women. Now, for the chamber, man, I don't know because I think you have to find a way to get Roman into the upper card, even if he's not in the main event. So I really think there may be an opportunity where Roman wins a chamber. He's gonna face Cody, and then you got to remember there was that thing where Punk was like, Paul Heyman owes him a favor, and somehow it ends up being like a triple threat or something like that because Punk's never had his WrestleMania main event. So I don't know. It's a little early yet, which is why we asked for the early predictions. But I'm thinking somehow it ends up being like a triple threat or a fatal four way with Roman involved, with Seth involved, with Punk involved. I don't know. Something's not right with just thinking Cena and Cody. I don't think. I just don't see that. Guru.
For the women, I'm with Ben. It's got to be my baby Bailey. It's just
Baby
time.
Bailey
It's just
gets those
time for
logs
him.
burning.
And for the men, this answer might shock you. I think I'm going with the man that I can't stand him. I don't like him.
John Cena.
I'm not going John Cena.
You're
I'm
picking
going with
CM Punk.
the Second City Saint.
I knew it.
My savior, the voice of the voiceless, the best in the world. Phil Brooks, CM Punk. Cheap plug there for him. Cheap plug.
Pepsi Phil.
All right, Nick.
I kind of thought the direction of what Will talked about. I think it's going to be a fatal four way. I think it would be awesome to see Cody and Roman and Seth and John. I think it would be awesome. But then again, you could throw Punk in there. I think it's going to be one of those things where all of us are going to be happy with the match that they put together. I think it's going to be another banner year for Mania of seeing all these top guys in that match. And, we all know the whole point is to make money. If you got guys in a match, they're going to bring people in. That's the way to do it. For the women's, I would honestly say probably the direction that I think they're going to go is Alexa Bliss. That's just my theory. but I think it'll be interesting. I've been a fan of the Elimination Chamber for a long time, so I think it'll be a good pay-per-view.
Hey, Dr. Nick, if
Yes,
Charlotte Flair is the queen, I think Alexa might be the princess. What are your thoughts?
I would agree with that. She's a fan favorite. She's very good at what she does. She's had quite a few accolades in her career. You know, she's been able to be very versatile in anything that they put her in. So yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay. All right, Kev, where
I
we
got
at?
I got a question. Are we here's speaking of it, how we talked about unpredictable. I'm surprised no one said anything about Logan Paul. And the reason why I say that is because I know everybody hates him. I mean, everybody, and like I said, with the Heat, as you know, you got to have good and bad. I, I can see like these big names going at it and getting eliminated, and him sneaking through, and him versus Cody, and we didn't expect it. But I don't think they'll go that way. But no one's talked about Logan Paul, and
I don't want to talk about Logan.
I don't either.
Hey,
But
though,
he's in it.
I
You
agree.
He's
know
gonna be
what would
busy
be
fighting his brother.
you know what would be worse?
It brings
Hey,
in
Ben, you
viewers.
know what would be worse? Is
What's that?
what if it wasn't Logan Paul? What if it was like Dominic Mysterio winning the chamber?
That'd be bad too.
Ugh,
Be better than Logan. Jesus.
not by much.
No,
What
not
about
by much.
I've
I
heard
picked
there's
Dominic to win
talk.
the Rumble, and he didn't.
Hey,
But I
jail
would be
changes a
hype if he
man.
did.
I've heard there's talk that has been going around, rumors or whatever, that there could be a three-way between Roman, Punk, and Seth, and we talked about this in the chat, that it could be the undercard to the main event, but not the main event, because you'd have the Royal Rumble winner facing the champion. And I think that would be both nights one and night two. But you could have possibly night one have CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns in a three way. And then if you had John
Forbidden
Cena
Glory.
win, if you had John Cena win the Elimination Chamber, then he would obviously face Cody, and then turn around and have those in the three way, the match before the main event.
Yeah, but
That could happen.
I really think you got to get Punk in that main event spot somewhere because he's never had his real WrestleMania moment, and he doesn't have a lot of time left either. So I think somehow you got to get CM Punk in a main event. And plus, I think his star power is not what it used to be, but it's still enough that he could pull a main event off. At this time next year, I don't know if he could. You know,
Well,
I,
I agree.
you got to look at both sides of that too. This is John Cena's last year, so he doesn't
yeah,
have very many more opportunities. Now, I could see possibly CM Punk facing Cody if he wins Elimination Chamber in the main event. But then, what are you going to do with John Cena? You're going to give him the title, let him win the title at another PLE down the road. He's not going to
Cena
be
versus
in.
Punk at SummerSlam.
Cena and
yeah,
Punk, they got a nice
yeah,
rivalry.
Right, but
exactly.
he's not gonna be in every PLE going forward for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's actually it's unpredictable right now to the point where it's become interesting again because it's not where you just go, oh, this one's gonna win or that's gonna happen or whatever. It's actually it's back to the exciting point where it had been in the years past. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I will tell you that.
Plus, I think if John Cena wins, he's not going to do that, win the belt and then give it back up real quick just to say he did it. I think he'll have it for a second just because he respects the business enough to give it a little bit. So I think that if they do have him win, it's got to be like soon so he can have a nice little run with it and then have somebody take it eventually, obviously.
All right. All right, guys, we're going to move on. Elimination Chamber. What was your favorite one? So I'll start with mine, and my favorite was 2017 when Bray won the title. That's my favorite because I'm a big Bray fan. So That's pretty much. I mean, it was a great elimination chamber match. So, but Bray winning it is what made it my favorite. King P.
So that match was actually one of the matches that made me want to go back and start watching wrestling again. And
Wow.
so, like the match you just said. So that's definitely going to be mine. Bray Wyatt was one of my favorite wrestlers. Like I said, he brought me back to wrestling, so I'm always gonna have a special place for him. So that was definitely the match, though, for me.
Later
Well,
on, when I showed my show and tell, I had a Bray jacket on or hoodie, and Kevin Owens he complimented me on it. He said it was awesome. So,
nice.
but I
Right.
just want to throw it in. All right, Nine.
Well, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but Kev literally took mine. I was going to say 2017 as well, so you can skip mine for somebody else.
It's fine. Calvin.
Albumania.
I mean, it's all 2017 with Bray
Yeah.
winning.
Okay. I'm sorry I took everybody's answers. I mean, if you have anything else to add,
Well, it
though,
wouldn't matter
feel
because
free to add it.
Phil would have had my answer, and
Damn
I
it,
do.
Kev.
My
Right,
favorite's
Dan?
when Triple H won. One of the early ones. I think it's the first
Let's hear
one, second one,
Second
First
one.
one.
second one. Yeah,
Second
that was
one.
my favorite. Yeah, 'cause who was it? Sean was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean was the first
Yeah,
one.
second one. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Roger.
2017, Bray. Can't go wrong.
Shane. Night, Chuck.
I was gonna go with the first one. Shawn Michaels.
All right, Will.
I was absolutely going 17, but my second choice is going to be the very first one. Just the hype and the build up and all that when Sean wins the world heavyweight title, and also back then they weren't even smart enough to put the mats on the grates outside. So when they got thrown out of the ring, they literally landed right on the metal grates. If you guys don't remember that, go back and watch the early chambers. And they literally didn't put the mats on the grates outside the ring like they do now. So you get thrown over the top rope and just land on solid steel. And enough guys complained about it that they finally put the mats down there. But any of the early stuff where they got thrown through the chamber glass or whatever. I remember Goldberg in one of them too. I think it was Jericho that was behind it, and he speared him like through the glass chamber. It was pretty cool. So, but I would definitely say
That
if
was.
I can't pick 17, I would definitely say Survivor Series 2002 with Sean winning. So, Guru.
SummerSlam 2003, Triple H winning, and not just because Triple H won, but it's because it was the birth of one of my favorite factions in Evolution.
Nice. That's a good one.
All right, Nick.
Isn't that the one where he hit Goldberg with the hammer?
It was. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Yep. That was a
Then
good one. You're right.
they beat him down at the end. They busted him open, beat him down, and he told him he'd never get this close to his title.
Hell yeah. That was good. Dr. Nick.
Nick.
So I'd have to say 2002 as well. It was such a shock for Sean to win after being gone so long. He went from having a career-ending injury, becoming clean, and winning the title. I remember watching it in a friend of mine's house when it happened, and it was just so shocking. And for it being the inaugural match, it set the precedent of what it would become, of just this match where people literally beat the shit out of each other. I don't remember exactly because it happened so much, but it was set up a lot of like guys like RVD and Jeff Hardy and things of like, who's going to do the crazy stuff? Who's going to jump off the pod? Who's going to do this? It became a new idea of, because with a Hell in a Cell, you only had two guys. So this gave an opportunity for multiple people to get their spots in. So, yeah, I'd have to say that one.
Nick, wasn't it the first couple couple where the pod was too high, so they couldn't really fully jump off the top of the pod because the cage was too
Yeah,
low.
they had to.
That
They
was
had
the
to
first
essentially
couple,
like
right?
crouch. Yeah, they had to like crouch down awkwardly to even get off of it.
Yeah, I couldn't remember when it was, but I knew I remembered
Yeah,
that at some point.
because they had a very low dome on it compared to what the chamber ended up turning into. Because
Right.
now it doesn't even look like that at all.
Hey, also, Dr. Nick, what did you think about Sean's shit brown tights at the first chamber?
Well, especially
Oh.
once I figured out the story, he cut his hair not knowing he was going to be coming back the whole time, and his gear didn't arrive, so that's all he had. I call it the Dutch boy haircut.
Yeah. I will never forget those shit brown tights he was wearing.
Yep,
Right.
it was so awkward looking.
All right, Kev.
All right, we're ready for some show and tell, guys. I'm gonna go on and go first. Well, me and since I got to pull up pictures, so it'll be me and Calvin. Calvin first. So I'm gonna share it now. Let it come up. I shared it. Okay, here we go.
Shout out to
Nice.
Ben for that. Cowboy Bob Orton. Getting that done for me and Indy.
Welcome, brother.
I like that. That yellow pops.
And then shout out to Will for getting Ric Flair to sign that Ultimate for me.
Woo!
And then y'all can see my next one right there. It's coming up.
Nice.
That
That's
beautiful
awesome.
ring.
Nice.
Hulkamania, brother.
That's an awesome ring.
I love it. That's great show and tell. That ring was made for Calvin.
Yep.
It might have been.
That might have
Nice.
been.
I like it.
All right, guys, this is mine here. I got these in. They sent me the black card of there's Bam Bam.
Rip it.
Boss man.
Rivet.
I took pictures. I take pictures of the stuff. I can rip them another time. Which,
Rip
you know, ripping these aren't any fun because the plastic just comes off. And you just,
Yeah, that's true. Damn it, Kev.
you know what I'm saying? I still like to open them, but, you know, and I'm going to open them. But it's just, even though I've had some people try to talk me out of it because they're black cards.
Oh, that's cool because you can display the card as like one of the LJN posters.
Woo!
I got this baby finished. It's beautiful in person. The picture does not do it justice at all.
No, it doesn't because it's so dark. But in person, it
But,
pops. I remember getting it done. In person, it pops.
I've seen it in person. It
Right.
looked beautiful.
Yeah, he's seen it after I done it. So Lex looks worse and worse every time I see him. It's sad. And here we go. That's my piece that I went to Indy to finish.
Nice.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That is my Kevin Steen. He put, as you put, you know, you see the S down there. So he told me he was going to put Kevin Steen. And then after he signed it, he took a picture of it with his phone.
Nice. That's
That's
cool.
I'll show you next. That's his
It's probably
face.
a one-
That's what he looked to him.
Probably a 1-of-1, really. I mean, I haven't seen another one.
He had never seen it ever, and neither did Jay Lethal. So
Nice.
you can see the look on his face. He was like, "Holy shit!" And Phil, that's the hoodie that I had on. It's a Bray Wyatt hoodie or Fiend, and KO
that's
complimented
sick.
me on it.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
And then just to end it all, the great picture.
That's great. That came out great.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
That really might be another 1-of-1 that you have, man.
Yeah, that's what he even said, because I said it was 1-of-1.
Yeah,
He said it's
they
got to
didn't
be because
make-
I've never seen it.
Those figure toy company figures, they did not make many of them.
But set on the bottom out of 300. So
Yeah, it's a lot of those were pretty limited.
but real fast, he's cool as hell. Now, 15 minutes before he come out the curtain, he stuck his head out and kind of healed on us a little bit, and people were yelling at him. I was asking what he's doing. He said, and he said out loud, real loud. He said, "I'm making sure that I have a bigger line than Cody Rhodes did." So that was cool. And then he went back and then come out, and one of the nicest guys you ever meet. So
That's awesome.
That's awesome, Kev.
there we go.
King
All right, King
Phil
Pete.
in the house.
Yeah. So I just got this yesterday.
Let me get on you.
Woo!
Oh hell
That's
yeah!
gonna work. That's gonna work for me, brother.
Yeah,
It does.
That's your first Hogan, right, King P?
I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe so.
Beautiful.
We let you get that Hogan.
That's gorgeous.
TRC
Beautiful.
Blue.
TRC Blue, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
See, Phil's been around us too long, where he's like saying, "I don't know if that's my first or not." And when he
I
first
don't know.
started with it, he's like, "Yeah, that is." Now he's been around us too long.
I can't remember if I got a figure or not, though. It probably is my first one, though, for real.
Nice.
Cool deal.
Very cool.
All right, Brian.
All right. Well, first I got this from Will. It's an OG promo of Kane.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
OG baby.
The thing I love about that though, and I think we talked about this, is the welder's mask. He only did that gimmick for a short time, but if you think about how intimidating that would be, like if you were just in an alley somewhere and a dude just came at you in a welder's mask.
Yeah.
I mean,
think about it was intimidating.
Think about how intimidating that shit would be, you know?
Yeah, I'd be definitely going the other way.
Yeah.
I got this. Now, a couple of these guys in here collect this too, but I got this British Bulldog Pastel retro.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful. The detail is just off the charts on this one. All right, and then I got the next things I'm showing are from Mattel Creation. So I know Kev showed his off, but I'm showing mine. I didn't get the black ones, but Big Boss Man.
Nice.
But the best one is Bam Bam.
I like how they included the merch shirt with that too.
Yep. And then we all know
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah. And then we all know I also collect other things besides that, but I got in this Mattel Creations Geldor figure from Master Universe.
Geldor, sweet.
Nice. That is.
And then I got this in. I swear I ordered this like a little over a year ago, and it finally came in. I'm not a fan of it, but this will probably get somebody's logs burning in this. CM Punk Elite. Basic as fuck. Basic as fuck.
Nice.
And his head is like turned sideways. I don't know. It's from his Royal Rumble, or not Royal Rumble, from Survivor Series.
Well, I mean, if you don't want it, you know.
For $40, it's yours.
Hey, we'll talk.
But that's all I have.
Nice.
All right,
that is cool, man. That's
all
a
right,
good show and
appreciate you,
tell right
Captain.
there.
We got yours, Will.
Oh man, already. Woo. Here we go. All right, so I really thought y'all would be talking about these. I don't know what happened, but
well, I figured someone would talk about them, so that's why I didn't do it.
Well, thank you for allowing me to do it. So, you got to have the new latest retro set. If you're not doing the retro thing, you're really missing out. So, you know what we got to do? I know we're shorter on time, but we got to pop these bad boys out and check them out, right? So, first time opening it. You know how hard it was to wait to open these? Because, I mean, look at that. Zeus, baby.
Yep.
Zeus. Let's see who else we got in here. We got old Queen Sherry Martell, baby. I love it. Let's see who else we got in here. Let's pull another one out. Miss Elizabeth. Got to have that one. And then last but not least, the man's name even says what we got to do. The man's name is Rip. Rip. His name is Rip.
Rip up.
So you know what we got to do. We ain't going to slide it off no cards, baby. We're going to rip that bad boy open.
There we go.
Jess comes home from work and she's like, "Why is this shit all over the room?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Exactly.
it's just something that happened." Look at this.
That's badass. I want that.
Love the belt.
Look at that.
That would look good next to my fucking Rip 'em Hogan fucking picture.
Hell yeah.
That's the first belt too for the retro line.
Yep, first belt. I love it. And then, of course, I'll go through and I'll rip the rest of them open too. But for the sake of time, I'm going to set that to the side, throw the box that way, give you a little bushwhacker action in between. And then
Yeah.
here we go. Look at that.
Oh shit!
Look at that. Brian, I can't believe you didn't show this one. The
I figured
retro
you
I
guys.
ring.
I
know.
figured you guys
The
would show that. That's
retro
why I didn't show
ring.
it.
The Royal Rumble purple ring. You guys
Yep.
remember that?
Oh
Badass,
yeah.
right? I'll be ripping that one open. I'll be assembling that one. And that one's actually going to go on the old Hasbro display. So for the sake of time, I'm going to keep it a little shorter than I normally would have. But how about the latest from Mattel? The new Ultimate Hogan WrestleMania 3 version. Look at that.
Mm.
Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Isn't that
Beautiful.
beautiful? You know what we
Don't
got to
rip it.
do,
Just send
right?
it to me. Just send it to me.
Rip it.
You know what we
Rip
got
it.
to do, right?
Rip it.
Rip it.
Like the shirt ripped by Hogan. Rah! Look at that. Damn, I only got one corner off.
Rip it.
Just throw it on the floor.
I know. Look at
You're
that.
already in trouble.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Look at the heads, the head sculpts.
That's
You got
wild.
the belt. Look at that. Sweet, right?
Yeah.
Calvin, don't buy one. I will send you one on me. Do not buy yourself one. I will buy you one and send it.
I
But
mean,
I
I
had
was
to
going to
rip that.
Target on Saturday, so
I had to rip it, brother. Brother, that doesn't work for me, brother. That's all I got, just because of the sake of time. Although I got a lot more stuff for next week. Thank you.
All right, Shane.
Yes, sir. Well, I have a couple things. I got these two little cool Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal
Oh,
fucking
that's awesome.
guys.
Wow.
What a rush! What a rush!
Yeah, they're pretty
Oh
fucking cool.
yeah.
Those are very awesome.
I heard they were like some like Japan version or something, but I'm not
That's
sure.
all right. That's all
Then
right.
I
We like
got
Japanese.
little Snake Eyes, a little Lucy Snake Eyes,
Little
Sweet.
snake eye action.
and I got little Micro Baller,
Oh, cool.
Godfather.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually planning on seeing him in a couple weeks. I plan on going to the signing over at GWC on the river.
Oh
Um,
nice.
he's it's actually on my birthday, so it gives me something to do on my birthday.
Shane, you might not know this, but GWC is a very big friend and fan of TRC, and we love GWC.
Oh yeah, on my Sergeant Slaughter that I I don't know if I'll take this to get signed in Indy or not. I'll probably take it with me and decide when I get there. That's all I got.
Nice.
All right, Guru's having trouble getting back in.
Okay.
So,
I
hold
know.
on a
I know.
second.
Roger's got some sweet stuff.
All right, Roger.
All right. I got like 4 boxes in the last couple days, so I'm gonna try and go through this real fast. Shout out to Ben for SoCal Val Kiss Card.
Nice.
There he is.
I don't know what happened.
Oh no, you froze,
Got a-
man.
Will froze on my screen.
Yeah, you were froze on mine.
Got a SoCal Val picture. Rey Mysterio picture.
Nice.
Got the Undisputed Kingdom.
I think you meant to say Arrow, right?
Well, in AEW, they're the Undisputed Kingdom. Danhausen.
Love that one.
Damn, that's sweet.
Another Danhausen. RK Bro. Brodus Clay.
Someone call my mama.
I can't remember what name they went by, but
Team Angle.
yeah, Team Angle. I'll be
World's
taking
greatest
this.
tag team.
I'll be
Right.
taking this to Indy with me to get Kurt Angle to sign it and complete it.
Nice.
Sweet.
Bull Nakano and a photo file of Bray Wyatt. And then shout out to Ben again. Got Cowboy Bob Orton signed in TRC Blue.
Woo!
Got a Hall of Fame turnbuckle signed by Stacy.
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful.
That is really beautiful. An AEW turnbuckle signed by Kenny Omega. I got to shout out Calvin for picking up this Wardlow figure
Dang, I
for
forgot
me.
I sent you that.
And shout out, let me do it this way. Shout out to Calvin for the Bray
Nice.
Wyatt shirt. Shout out to Will for the WrestleMania 2 program.
Damn, that's a hell of
Oh
a
yeah,
piece.
that is a good piece, man.
That's a great piece. Hopefully, I can get a couple more signatures on it. Got a James E from Will.
Oh yeah.
A Tatanka. A Kane. Hopefully, I'll be getting that signed this weekend. Buddy Matthews, or whatever he's going, Buddy Murphy in WWE. Shout out to Will for getting that Ric Flair signed for me.
Nice.
I wish I had that last weekend.
Sorry, shit's sliding all over the place. A Hulkster.
Brother.
Hulkamania, brother.
Yeah, brother. And Bray. This will be going up. This will be going up on the Bray wall.
The Fiend, baby.
I must have missed that one.
I can't remember what their name is. I had
Jumping
it.
Tom Angels.
Jumping Bonds Angels.
Thank you. And Eva Luna.
Nice.
Another Buddy Matthews.
Awesome.
And a Brody King.
Oh yeah.
And then the last two, I really have to thank Will for this. We got Rick to sign this one for me.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna take it to Indy and hopefully get James J. Dillon, Barry Windham, and Arn to sign it, and that'll complete that.
Oh yeah.
And then, last but not least, Kane and Pete Rose.
Nice.
I love that.
And
I got
then
one
this
just
is
like it.
going on the Bray wall. This is going on the
Look
Bray
at
wall
that.
as well.
Look at that.
Wow.
That is just gorgeous beyond compare. And that's all I have. Sorry it took so long, guys.
What do you
All
mean?
right.
All you have? That was like 10 minutes of fire.
Right. Yeah, I just didn't want to take everybody's time. I apologize.
It's all good.
Yeah, hey, Roger, where's the belt at? Where's your belt?
Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me go grab it.
But wait, there's more.
Oh,
Wait,
wait,
there's
there's more.
more.
Go ahead and let somebody else go. I'll bring it and I'll
Ben.
show it at the end.
After these messages, we'll be right back, said Roger.
All right, so I'm gonna do a quick. I guess getting ready for our next guest, Francine, in March. I'm only going to show a couple items. So if you haven't got a chance, we got a couple of these ECW. She's there on the back. Sandman will be there, and actually inside, you can still get a lot of the talent that's inside there signed. Of course, we'll have the CD. But what's pretty cool is what I showed on the pre-orders is the ECW music, these are advertisements that would have been sent to a music store for them to advertise it. So I have 9 remaining. Get them signed. You got Francine on the front and Sandman on the back, on the I guess front and back. But like I said, I have not seen any of these signed. And then I've talked to people, they've never seen these advertisements unless you're at a music store. Right there, it said when it was available on October 27th. Well, that's pretty cool. And then the next thing that I found pretty cool is I'm going to do some breaking news. Our next guest after Francine on March 15th is the Birdman, Coco Beware. And I got some pretty cool things. If you were at Circle K, I think these are 1987. You had him with Frankie. These are like the scratch off games. You could have won a super match game, 2 ways to play, collect and win. Those are pretty cool. And then another like memorabilia. I know we like the old school memorabilia WWF stuff, but I've never seen these. But these are made from Hostess. Sorry about the glare, but there's Coco from from the WrestleMania 4. As you can see on the back, it's got Hostess. Sorry about the glare because it's on this in the sleeve. But there it is with him and Frankie. Pretty cool items to maybe get signed by Coco. I'll have those on the pre-orders. Other than that, that's kind of all I got. So that's breaking news.
You got one more. You got one
Huh?
more. You got one more. I didn't show mine, so you can show yours.
Let me go get it. I know what you're talking about. Yes, let me go get it, and I'll be right back. But yes,
I'll
go.
go.
Yeah, you can run it. Go to the next one.
I'll go to Roger
Now I
real
got
fast.
Coco's music stuck in my head.
You're muted, Roger.
Bird, 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 bird.
So here's my Golden Globe or my Big Globe belt, and Will got it signed for me
Oh wow!
by Ric Flair, and this is now officially retired. I only wanted Ric Flair to sign this because I grew up watching him with this belt, and that's it. This belt's retired. It'll go up on the clamps, and it'll sit there for the rest of its life. So thank you very much, Will.
You're welcome, man.
Awesome.
And that's at TRC. That's at TRC Blue as well.
Hell yeah.
Nick.
So I got a lot of stuff, but for sake of time, I'll do some this week and some next week. So I got 2 of these, one to get signed, one to open. I'm so glad Ringside restocked them. I got 2 of the Ring of Honor limited Danhausens.
Nice.
I got the Ringside exclusive Jeff Jarrett. This packaging is so nice. And it can work as a TNA Jeff, too, because he had a similar outfit. And I've got the greatest hits Hulk Hogan.
Awesome.
I like that.
And I'll show 2 more. I got the fan favorite Seth Rollins with the flame outfit.
All right. Awesome.
Damn, I bought that one too. I bought that same one.
And Nick, you
I
said
got-
that Danhausen was on Ringside?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're like $16-17. They're not super expensive. I got the Rey Mysterio Ultimate. And I got the
Hey, that's that one that has like the monster mask, which is super cool.
Yep. Oh yeah. I got the Prison Dominate.
Sweet.
Match his dad. And I will show the rest of it next week. Oh, actually, I got one more. I got a Lucy. I finally completed my House of Black. I got Brody.
Nice.
What the hell?
That's
Great
what I
show and
got.
tell. All right. Now we're going back to Ben.
All right, so me and Kev, right now that I know of, there's only 75 of them made, and I think me and Kev might be one of the very first 2 to get them signed. Shout out to Kev because Kev stood in the line, got it signed for us. I was with Bob and SoCal. But guys, these are freaking badass. Sorry about the glare, but signed right there, Sting in the white. But man, this is the Schamberg 11x14 art print. Signed by Sting.
It turned out great.
Man, that looks
Yeah, it turned out great. Sorry about the glare; it's just dark in here, but yeah. Other than that, man, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Kev. And like I said, turned out. There you go. Turned out great.
Is that going to be available on Tuesday?
No, no. As a matter of
Yeah,
fact, they're sold out on on the AEW's website, and like I said, they're only 75 made. I had 58, Kev had 59,
Right.
and like I said, these are great. But I'm a Sting fan, so I'm keeping mine.
But that deco
Beautiful
white
piece.
just worked perfect right there in
Yep.
that perfect spot. All right, Guru, you're last. You're
Not
muted.
first or last.
buddy.
I'll go fast. I'm getting this bad boy signed. Well, let me take my AI off. Let me get out Diddy's house.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get that bad boy signed in Indy, I believe.
It'd be a beautiful sign.
Because I love Bret Hart.
What?
I love Bret Hart.
We
Indy's
got
coming
face
up, man. I got.
manual tonight.
I don't want him to whoop my ass. So check this bad boy out.
Rhea.
Nice.
Love it.
Rhea Bloody Ripley.
And then I got, one more from Will. I love you, Solo.
There you
Nice.
go. And that blood red. That blood
then
red, too.
Since people are
Right.
showing figures, I picked these up at my local Walmart. Look at that.
That's
Uh-oh.
a badass figure.
Uh-oh.
Rip
That's a nice
it.
figure. Rip
Rip
it.
These
Look at
basics
that.
are
Rip it.
nice.
There you go.
Look at that, AJ.
Oh, yeah.
And I just didn't come out with one. I came out with, the good old.
That's a
I
nice
like
figure.
that. Straight edge society punk, right?
It is, yes.
I like that.
And these basics are awesome. That they're
I
coming
really
out
wanted
Oh,
the
yeah.
Jake. I wanted the Jake, but the Jake was sold out.
Sweet.
But,
Nice.
so I got.
Very cool.
All right, great show, guys. As always, it's been a great night. Will, I'm gonna throw it over to you to take us home, brother.
Awesome. So, guys, we really appreciate everybody tuning in, and we're way over time, so I'll keep it real short. But definitely check us out on Tuesday night on the live. Definitely check us out on Wednesday night for the podcast. And huge shout out and thank you to everybody in this room right now. I just want everybody here that's in the chat and everybody here that's on the screen right now to know that I appreciate you, and I sincerely thank you for everything that you're doing and everything you've done. And I'm really looking forward to Tuesday and Wednesday, guys. So we'll see y'all very soon. Have a great night, everybody.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. See ya.